from a young age, and that's why it is meant for young kids, because that's the mind of a child. Mind is child, but you can also take in the bad stuff. The creators try to do is try to give it something positive, trying to say, no, this is how we live our lives, not that way. Yeah, you can try and fix it to your religion, but when you're trying to fix it to your religion, you've got to do one thing, because then you've got to say, oh yeah, there is evil and bad and good, evil and then bad and good. You've got to say that. So this is an evil choice stand, and then you've got to think of all the stuff Palpatine does before he shows himself. It's the happy, cheery sanity, and that's why I say, why didn't the Jedi know? Well, because they consumed themselves and their doctrine. They indoctrinized themselves against this. They haven't had it for so long, and they've trusted the system for so long. There is a few of them that do understand, as you see, when the master is telling the student, oh, you shouldn't be afraid of that. It's a natural thing of life. You should rejoice in, because it's the deeds, what we do when we're living. It's what we do in life that lives on. Well, the consciousness goes back, just stays where it is, because that's what it's always been beamed like Bluetooth to us. It's not living in our heads. So that's just electrical stuff in the south of Canaan. And Baal was that area's leader, guardian leader, if you know what I mean. Not God. And that, if you see in the Bible, that's just the only God he always mentions, Baal, and he's always got something bad to say about it. Just as he comes up with the 10 Commandments, he's in some sort of power struggle with Baal, because Baal is his leader, his master. Well, Seth or Yahweh can't handle being in a lesser position and thinks he should be in more power. And what he does is he uses his position as metallurgy being the main components of making weapons to do exactly just that, make weapons. And by getting the Jinn, manifestations of the Jinn, as a 70 conspiracy to help him in this big battle in the skies against the then Guardians before he became Jedi. Became Jedi off the man with the Jedi, who was the student of Thoth, and that's when they became the Jedi from Egypt. But Seth was known before that as well. There's all the things that come from Egypt, like the Khyber, the Falcon, even some, the Horus, the Sabre, which a Jedi carrying a sabre as a weapon just means knowledge. But there is actually a kind of weapon which is known as the Wasser or WSR rod, which by looking at the bottom of it, and it looks like a tuning fork to tell us the allegory meaning of it. Seems to be some kind of frequency sound weapon, just like the sound weapons that are being used now today. That's what I mean. Look what frequency can do to people, and although it's still being investigated, that they are sending dangerous frequencies in the air, and polluting our air with dangerous frequencies for another reason. And that reason is so people can't get again a connection. They talk about the drugs legal, stop the magic, practicing and stuff like that. Just because it's just the same things as what people do in church every day. And all the when they say, that's white magic. Oh, there's no need to be racist about magic. As I say, it's just a science not yet discovered. I don't know why these people are so scared of the unknown. This man, it's so infuriating. He has got to attack everyone, saying that the Yahshua is not the same Yahshua as as the Muslims believe. To me, it's always hate in the messages. Do you know what I mean? He's attacking. He's not informing people of something real. He's just attacking someone because it's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same God. It doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? It's exactly the same God created by the man, and not the other way around. And that's why it's the plural, making the one. It's the other way around. You know what I mean? We made God in our own image, and we're making our own demons in our own image by the bad things and the bad choices that we do. There is no demon or Satan, you know what I mean? And that is the point of, it depends on the point of view in which you're looking at the story. It can be told. That's why he speaks to so many, because it doesn't matter if you're religious or not, he can talk to you in different ways. Because when you're not religious, you don't think about evil and good, you know what I mean? You just do what you do, and what normal is just doing good. to do good is what you do, and to do bad is what you don't do. Something that you go against. For me, it's not, it's not the literal. When I've said that before, someone took it to literal ways. I've said to do good is what you do, and to do bad is what you don't. And some people say, well, if I don't do this, then I'm doing bad. And it's completely, I don't know where people's imagination's gone today. I mean, look how they took the Bible. I mean, they actually think that, Moses was doing all that. But really, Moses became the Lord of Canaan, where he became to meet up with Yahweh. Then he got to take over Egypt as a pharaoh, the Akhenaten. And this is when Egypt, and we've got a video of this coming out as well, when Egypt became a monotheistic, you can't even call it that, I'm just going by there. I mean, there wasn't a kind of Assyrian cult afterwards. These are the later, post-flood or post-cataclysmic people. Those people that came back up to the world and everything had gone. We're the same people who went in, those underground systems that we're finding. Were very different people, and they saw superstitions and everything. And when they heard about all the stories that were supposed to be up on the ground, and they found nothing, and that's when they were easily tempted to believe in this and that and that and this. And unfortunately, there was no one really there to defend against it, and that's been going on right up until this day. And if they don't do anything, soon people will, not be looking. What it does is brainwashing them people. And then brainwashed people are not woken like most of you are still listening to this now. Do you know what I mean? Because I know that there's only a few percent of it that will even understand these anyway. And this is what it was made for. We go through all that trouble just for the few. But it doesn't bother us because we aren't. It's not money. We do it for money. We do it for glory. We do it for fame. We do it because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to impart wisdom and share knowledge. And I'm doing that, and that's what I've done. So bid you farewell. And may the true light of the Force guide the path through the darkness to wisdom and knowledge, and may the Force be with you too. Thank you for listening. If you have been listening to this far, I might have to stop, because I might have to even get this one who thinks it's an actor. Well, I don't know who wants to do this. Crazy story of trying to do a fan thing, and I don't even know what to think of it. but thanks for any. I know I don't get to reply, but it's the people who post them. Yeah, but if you have, and I have seen them on Jedi Master and some of the others. I'm not reading off the thing right now, so I can't see. But thank you. Yeah. I can't remember what the message was, but yes, I do agree with you. They will soon know something. I can't remember exactly what you said, but because I've just, I'm filling my mind with all this at the moment. So thank you very much for that, and we'll start posting again now we've done with all the problems we've had with that document. So thank you very much.
Set was one of the most famous gods in Egyptian mythology. He was the son of the gods Geb and Nut, heaven and earth, and brother of Osiris, Isis, and Nephthys. Like most Egyptian gods, Set was depicted as a man with an animal head. However, to this day, it's discussed what kind of animal this would be. Some say he was a hybrid beast, a mixture of pig and donkey, or an aardvark, an animal similar to an anteater. Regardless, there is no consensus. The god personified violence and destruction and was considered a roguish god. Set was the lord of the deserts and infertile lands, whereas his brother Osiris was seen and worshipped as a fertility god.